Hello, children. Today we are going to continue our next part of weather and climate. Today it's page number 56. So we are going with measuring components of weather. Measuring components of weather. We have different types of measuring instruments. So to measure different weather components. Do you know how we measure them? Let's see. Let us know how to measure weather components like temperature, rainfall, wind, speed, humidity, etc. Measuring temperature of a place, first of all. The weather of a place can change every day. This is why we often say today's weather is very humid or it is too hot and so on. Generally, mornings and evenings are pleasant during summers, but we feel that it is very hot during noon. Isn't it or not, children? In summers, how do we compare a place which is hot with a place which is cool? How? According to the temperature, isn't it or not? How we measure? Let's see. How do we determine the hottest part of the day? Whole day after experiencing the temperature, we could say which time was the hottest. But how could we measure? Let's see. We have already learned that there are thermometers that help us measure the temperature. Yes or no, children? There is a special thermometer to measure highest and lowest temperatures of the day. As like we measure our body temperature with clinical thermometer, digital thermometer, the same way to measure the maximum and minimum temperatures, we have a special thermometer to measure. Already we discussed in our previous lesson. That is 6's maximum and minimum thermometer. Let's we go with that activity. Take a maximum minimum thermometer from your school laboratory. Let us find out how to use it to measure the two temperatures. 6's maximum and minimum thermometer. This is how it looks. 6's maximum and minimum thermometer. So let's see the parts of it. It is a U-shaped thermometer. It has a spirit-filled bulb, and on the right side we have alcohol vapor bulb. We have markers, minimum and maximum markers. We have a magnet to reset them. See, on the left bulb, right bulb. Left bulb is cylindrical, right bulb we have a vacuum space above the alcohol. The red color which is filled is completely alcohol. The ash color which is filled is mercury. And above the ash color we have black color eye-shaped things. Those are metal indices we call. We have maximum and minimum temperature readings. To the right side, the temperature will be positive, will be increasing. Onto the left bulb, towards the left side, the temperature readings are decreasing. So opposite manner we have. So maximum minimum thermometer, it has parts: a U-shaped glass tube, mercury, alcohol, and two metal indicators. The scientists designed a thermometer to get maximum minimum temperatures of a day easily without any difficulty of taking readings whole day long. Hence it's named after him. See, it has a spherical bulb B. So A is the cylindrical bulb, B is the spherical bulb. It's a narrow, U-shaped narrow, the tube containing mercury in the lower part from M to N level. M and N are the limbs above which are filled with alcohol. B is the alcohol vapor we have there in the B bulb. Next, M, degrees either in Fahrenheit scale or Celsius scale from top to bottom. N, just in an opposite manner. Springs, those are the metal indices we have. So maximum and minimum thermometer is a special type of thermometer used to measure both the maximum and minimum temperature within 24 hours at any place. In 24 hours, we could measure at any place the maximum temperature and the minimum temperature of that day using this maximum and minimum thermometer. And its one arm records the maximum temperature, that is the right arm, or a degree of hotness, and the other arm, left arm, records the minimum temperature or the degree of coldness as the temperature in the atmosphere varies. As temperature changes, it records the maximum and minimum temperature. 6's maximum and minimum thermometer is used for measuring the day's maximum and minimum temperature. Okay, children. It consists of a U-shaped capillary tube with bulbs at both ends. The bend of the U tube is filled with mercury. One of the bulbs is completely filled with alcohol and the other bulb is partly filled with alcohol. The space in the bulb partly filled with alcohol is originally vacuum. That's on the right side bulb we have, but may contain alcohol vapor later. The thermometric liquid is alcohol, whose expansion and contraction allow the change in temperature to be recorded. Okay, just above the mercury are two dumbbell shaped steel indices, which are kept in place by tiny steel springs. Okay, so these are the metal indices. The two dumbbell shaped steel indices are reset to their initial positions just above the mercury by means of a horseshoe magnet. Using a magnet, we could keep these steel indices to their original positions. Then after we could start the readings. See, we have a magnet here, horseshoe magnet. Using that magnet, these indices are kept to their original position. So these metal indices are brought to their original position using this horseshoe magnet, and we could start the readings. Nowadays, the maximum and minimum thermometer is not using that horseshoe magnet. It already coming with a magnet in middle. So to reset, press and hold the button in the center until both indices slide down to the mercury level. That center button is having a magnet in it. The maximum temperature in the 6S thermometer is recorded as follows. Due to a rise in the temperature during the day, the alcohol in the completely filled bulb expands and exerts a pressure on the mercury. The mercury moves towards the partly filled bulb, to the right side bulb, and pushes up the index in the capillary closer to the partly filled bulb. Thus, the index closer to the partly filled bulb records the maximum temperature. That's the right side. The minimum temperature in the 6S thermometer is recorded as follows. Due to a fall in the temperature during the night, the alcohol in the completely filled bulb contracts. The mercury moves towards the completely filled bulb and pushes up the index in the capillary closer to the completely filled bulb, that is the left side bulb. Thus, the index closer to the completely filled bulb records the minimum temperature. You could see here, marker showing the maximum temperature, blue marker. Mercury has retreated to about 26.5 degrees centigrade as the temperature has dropped below its maximum of about 28.3 degrees centigrade. Here the maximum temperature is 28.3 degrees centigrade. 6 invented the maximum and minimum thermometer to measure highest and lowest temperatures of a place. This consists of a cylindrical bulb A connected through a U-shaped tube to spherical bulb B that contains alcohol. We discussed, but this is in the textbook. Let's go with. When the temperature increases, the alcohol in the bulb A expands. The mercury in the U tube goes up to the bulb B side and the indicator I1 also moves up. So what is he saying? As the temperature increases, the left side bulb A will be expanding. Due to that, the mercury in the U-shaped tube goes up to the bulb B side and indicator also moves up. This indicates maximum temperature of the day. If the temperature decreases, alcohol in the bulb A contracts. Then the mercury in the U tube goes to the bulb A bulb side, and the indicator I2 also moves up. This indicates minimum temperature of the day. After taking readings, the indicators I2 and I1 are brought to their original places by using a magnet. So next page 57. The readings to be filled in with the table here they gave. Tabulate your observations for a week and compare them. For a week, we have to take the readings and compare. Write your observations in your notebook about the temperature that you have measured. When was the maximum temperature recorded? When was the minimum temperature recorded? Why? Mostly maximum temperature we could see in afternoons. Minimum temperature mostly in the early mornings, nights. Is there any similarity in temperatures between your school and the nearest city? Yes, we will have. Why? Because school and city, nearest city is not much more far. The temperatures will be same. If we find other states, the temperature might change. So this table we have to fill, children. Okay, for 1 week readings you have to fill this table. Next, activity 5. Praveen has measured temperature of his village with the help of maximum and minimum thermometer. He expressed his observations through a graph. So observe the graph. Here they gave the graph. On x-axis they gave day. On y-axis they gave temperature readings. So day 1 the temperature was 31 degrees centigrade. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 it was completely 32 degrees centigrade. This is the maximum temperature or the minimum temperature whatever he measured. See, day, date, maximum temperature. The maximum temperatures he measured. So first 31 degrees centigrade first day, remaining all that is 32 degrees centigrade. So graph showing the variation of maximum temperature during the period of 10 to 14 September 2011 at Guntur. So let's discuss the questions. For how many days did Praveen observe the temperature of his village? Yes, children? 5 days. Yes. On which day was the highest temperature recorded? Highest temperature, it's 32 degrees centigrade for 4 days it was. Second, third, fourth, fifth days. On which days did the lowest temperature recorded? First day, 31 degrees centigrade. Do you find any relation between 10th and 14th of December 2011? What is that? 10th and 14th. What relation do we have? Temperature increased from 31 degrees centigrade to 32 degrees centigrade. Make a graph with your observations of maximum and minimum temperatures. So with the minimum temperatures also you have to make a graph and you have to answer these questions. Okay. So this is about our topic. So next topic we continue in the next class.